Astana is preparing to host state visit of Russian President Vladimir Putin, as well as a series of high-level events in the framework of the EAEU. The talks will be focused on economic cooperation between Astana and Moscow, as well as broader integration processes across the Eurasian region, with a particular emphasis on artificial intelligence and emerging technologies. What exactly will take the center stage here in Astana? We will be reporting directly from the heart of events, bringing you all important developments and key insights. So let's get started. The visit of the Russian president to Kazakhstan begins. The aircraft in Kazakhstan's airspace is escorted by fighter jets. On the ground, security measures are significantly tightened as well. In the airport, President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev greets his Russian counterpart. Two presidents will hold bilateral talks in Astana, as well as take part in the work of the EAEU summit. Exchange ahead of official talks. Now the state visit of the Russian president officially kicks off. President Tokayev welcomes Vladimir Putin at the Palace of Independence. Before going inside, two presidents take a moment to watch the fighter jets fly over, coloring the sky of Astana with the hues of the Russian flag. The welcoming ceremony continues. Presidents greet the members of the official delegation. The Russian president is accompanied by a large official delegation, whom he introduces to President Tokayev. The national anthems of two countries play. At a meeting in narrow format, which goes first in the program, President Tokayev starts with traditional welcoming remarks, underlining the close nature of bilateral relations based largely on shared history.
We have a great deal in common, including a rich shared history, cultural traditions, and a common mindset. We spoke about this at length during yesterday's informal meeting, reflecting on our history. We will work in the fundamental interests of our peoples, who are interested in seeing our states live in friendship and cooperation. We all need peace in order to continue developing and moving forward.
President Putin continues, saying that this visit is of utmost importance for Russia.
We had the pleasure of hosting you on a state visit last year. At that time, much was done to take additional steps to deepen our strategic partnership, which is truly based on strong traditions of friendship and mutual respect over centuries of coexistence between our peoples. I am confident that our work in these days will also be highly productive.
Kazakhstan and Russia have begun an extended format negotiations focused on economic agenda of bilateral relations. In the first quarter of this year, bilateral trade turnover increased by 16%, reaching $6.4 billion. With new economic projects under consideration, this strong momentum is expected to continue.
The head of state draws an example of the Interregional Cooperation Forum as a platform where business representatives of both countries interact actively in various sectors of the economy.
As of today, a portfolio of 177 joint projects has been formed with a total investment volume of almost $53 billion. Of these, 122 projects have entered the so-called operational phase, meaning they have been implemented.
One of the most important joint projects will become the first nuclear power plant in Kazakhstan, which will be built in cooperation with the Russian national nuclear company Rosatom. Almas-Adam Satkaliyev, chairman of Kazakhstan's Agency for Atomic Energy, in an interview with Silkway confirms that the construction process can start as early as next year.
At present, in addition to the two intergovernmental agreements, the key provisions of the EPC contract have already been worked out, but negotiations on it will continue. Only after the signing of the EPC contract and the completion of survey and pre-design engineering works will it be possible to say that all issues have been fully resolved. 2027 is considered the most optimal year for implementation for construction process.
In the presence of the heads of state, members of the official delegations exchanged 12 intergovernmental and interagency documents in the energy, finance, education and healthcare sectors of the economy.
Казахстан постепенно строит практически вертикально интегрированную космическую отрасль.
Kazakhstan is gradually building a nearly vertically integrated space industry. We have the world's largest spaceport, Baikonur. We have also our own assembly and test complex there, where we manufacture our own satellites. Since last year, we have already begun exporting our satellites and signed several export contracts. Our satellite production, particularly Earth remote sensing satellites, is currently developing very strongly. Recently, our own Bayterek launch complex was also tested with the launch of the Soyuz 5 Sunkar launch vehicle. This was the first of the 3 test launches. 2 more test launches are planned. This is a good starting point for us to eventually be able to enter the international launch services market in the future.
In the briefing to the press, President Tokayev highlights the constructive atmosphere of bilateral talks, saying that a productive exchange of views was held on all matters of the agenda and strategic agreements were reached.
В условиях непрекращающейся турбулентности в мировой политике
In the context of ongoing turbulence in global politics, stable and predictable models of interstate partnership gain particular value. Relations between Kazakhstan and Russia fully meet this objective. They have stood the test of time and are now successfully withstanding the challenges of a new era. Our multifaceted partnership is based on large-scale projects that bring tangible benefits to the peoples of both countries. The resilience of trade and economic ties, along with the activity of entrepreneurs, ensures steady growth in key sectors of the economies of Kazakhstan and Russia.
Addressing the partnership in the energy sector, which traditionally forms the basis of bilateral economic relations, President Tokayev highlights the increasing role of the country in becoming an energy hub in Eurasia with a big transit potential, which can provide energy security for the whole region.
По итогам переговоров сегодняшних глав государств вы присутствовали и на узком формате совещания, в расширенном. Как можете характеризовать приоритет Казахстана в экономическом диалоге с Россией?
Инвестиции 29,3 миллиарда за 20 лет.
Over the past 20 years, investments have around to 29.3 billion from the Russian Federation and about 9 billion from Kazakhstan. This is the foundation of our economic cooperation in the transport and logistics sector. We have also signed a number of agreements within the Eurasian Economic Community and continue to support each other. In particular, in the coming years, Kazakh airlines plan to purchase up to 130 heavy, narrow, and wide-body aircraft, including around 40 cargo aircraft. In this context, we have received tariff concessions. Import duties have been reduced to zero. In turn, we are providing corresponding concessions related to the processing of fish and the operation of maritime vessels of the Russian Federation, as well as river vessels, gas carriers, and others.
Торговля требует точности, но единый рынок невозможен без общего языка систем. Возможности должны объединять людей. Экономический форум 2026.
Opening the plenary session of the 5th Eurasian Economic Forum held under the theme The EAEU in the Global Digital Race, betting on artificial intelligence, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev underlines that against the backdrop of unprecedented geopolitical turbulence, the organization, which consists of 5 member states, Kazakhstan, Russia, Belarus, Kyrgyz Republic and Armenia, now faces the strategically important task of further dynamically developing and strengthening its cooperation. In a technology-driven era, he continues, Kazakhstan is taking serious steps to transform itself into a full digital state.
В Казахстане впервые в нашем регионе были запущены два.
In Kazakhstan, 2 supercomputers based on advanced technologies from NVIDIA, a global leader in this field, have been launched for the first time in our region. The creation of a data center valley has been declared a priority task. At the same time, we're investing significant resources in human capital. 2 international new generation schools have been opened on the basis of the Alem AI International Center. 2 weeks ago, I also signed the decree on measures to introduce artificial intelligence into the secondary education system of Kazakhstan.
President Tokayev uses the platform to put forward a number of proposals for the implementation of AI within the EAEU. Connecting national digital systems and customs can benefit streamlining procedures, while mutual recognition of digital signatures can reduce business costs, the head of state says, adding that AI can be implemented in both industrial and agricultural sectors of the Eurasian Five.
The 5th meeting of the Eurasian Economic Forum has begun, and you can see that President Tokayev has already finished his welcoming speech for the high-level participants of the forum.
The platform today is also addressed by the presidents of the organization's member states who arrived in Astana to take part in joint events. They all contribute innovative solutions to the national economies. The EAEU's partners and observers, such as Iran, which is a full-fledged free trade agreement with the alliance, also attend the event. Iran has a strong incentive to increase commercial and economic ties with the organization despite the region's unparalleled geopolitical volatility.
Iran has done a lot of efforts for joining this committee ever since the trade between the Eurasian Union, Economical Union, and Iran has risen. The way we look at it for further activities in the future, I can say we are looking forward to increase it again, and we're looking forward to have more trades, more relationship.
Now addressing the meeting of the Supreme Eurasian Economic Council, President Tokayev emphasizes that the Eurasian Economic Union continues to show positive momentum in its macroeconomic development.
Согласно прогнозам, темпы прироста совокупного валового внутреннего продукта государств Союза.
According to forecasts, the growth rate of the combined GDP of the EAEU member states in 2026-2027 will be around 2.5%. Despite the volatility of global markets, trade turnover between our countries last year exceeded $95 billion. This year, we expect an increase in mutual trade of more than 6%, which will allow us to cross the $100 billion threshold. At the same time, it is evident that global structural changes inevitably also affect the economic dynamics of the EAEU. In these conditions, the tasks of adapting our union to new realities, strengthening its internal resilience, and enhancing its competitiveness become particularly relevant.
The head of state also proposes to further expand ties with countries in the Arab world, Southeast Asia, Africa and Latin America. Kazakhstan, as the chair of the EAEU bodies, intends to continue to fully support the strengthening of the Union's overall economic potential and the sustainable development of its member states.
We're expanding our relationships. Today, we already have a fully functioning trade agreement with Iran. Last year, an agreement was signed with Mongolia, which will enter into force in just a month. We have already signed agreements with the United Arab Emirates, Indonesia, and India. Today, we have also launched negotiations with Tunisia. We also need to begin work with Jordan, Zimbabwe, and South Africa. We're currently preparing documents for Pakistan. We are strictly focused on economic integration, so we are primarily interested in economic issues where there is potential to develop business and increase trade turnover. As for barriers, they occasionally arise. I reported today that over the past 5 years, from 2020 to 2025, 140 barriers were eliminated thanks to our monitoring efforts.
The EAEU summit resulted in a number of agreements signed by the heads of the organization's member states. At the same time, the high-level participants articulated a broader vision for deepening cooperation both within the Union and with its external partners. That's everything we wanted to tell you this time. See you soon. Goodbye.